In the heart of Minnesota, where the Great Northern Forest meets the largest lake in the state, there is a quiet park of green trails and tall trees. It looks like simple woodland, but beneath these leaves lies one of the longest stories of human life anywhere in North America, 9,000 years deep. This is Mille Lacs Kathio State Park, on the southwestern shore of Mille Lacs Lake, the second largest lake in Minnesota, about 2 hours north of Minneapolis. The name Mille Lacs, 1,000 lakes, was given by French voyageurs, but the people who lived here had their own name and their own story long before any European arrived. For the Dakota, this great lake was Mde Wakan, the Lake of the Spirit. People have camped, fished, and gathered on these shores for 9,000 years, since not long after the glaciers melted. Archaeologists have found 19 ancient sites here, making this one of the most important places in all of Minnesota's deep past. The Dakota who lived here came to be called the Mdewakanton, the people of Spirit Lake. They built villages along the water and the river, fished the lake through the ice, tapped the maples in spring, and in autumn gathered wild rice, manumin, from canoes among the reeds. This was a homeland, rich and settled, not a wilderness. Out of the lake flows a river, winding south toward the Mississippi. The Dakota knew it as the River of the Spirit. When English-speaking traders came, they twisted that holy name into a crude joke. Spirit became rum, and so it is still labeled on every map today, the Rum River, a small daily reminder of what was lost in translation. The park's strange second name has a stranger origin. The Dakota village here was recorded by a French explorer as Izatys, but his handwriting was so poor that a later copyist misread the letters, turning Izatys into Kathio, a word that means absolutely nothing in any language. The mistake stuck, and the park carries it to this day. By the 1700s, change was coming. The Ojibwe, the Anishinaabe, were moving west from the Great Lakes, carrying steel and guns from the fur trade, while the Dakota were already shifting south toward the buffalo prairies. Two great nations met here, at the edge of the woods and the plains. Ojibwe tradition tells of a great 3-day battle near this lake, after which the Ojibwe held the North Country for good. Historians still debate how much really happened, for the Dakota were already on the move. But by the close of the 1700s, Mille Lacs had passed from Dakota to Ojibwe hands, and so it largely remains. Ride the trails today and the forest closes over you, a remnant of the big woods, the dense maple, oak and basswood that once covered much of central Minnesota. 35 miles of paths wind through it, past wetlands and quiet clearings, over ground that has fed and sheltered people for 90 centuries. Near the center of the park, a steel tower rises 100 feet above the trees. The climb is long and the steps are steep, but at the top, the whole world opens out, an unbroken ocean of green rolling away in every direction, exactly the country the first people knew. From up here you can see it all at once, the endless forest, the wetlands, and the shining edge of Mille Lacs on the horizon. It is the same view, more or less, that a Dakota or Ojibwe lookout would have known, the Great Lake and the Great Woods, holding their 9,000 years of memory. This is not a story that ended. The Mille Lacs band of Ojibwe still live and govern beside this lake, and the Dakota still return to the shores of the water they call sacred. The park protects not a lost world, but a living homeland and the long, unbroken story of the people of Spirit Lake. That is Mille Lacs Kathio, a quiet Minnesota forest with 9,000 years beneath its leaves. If you want to keep wandering places like this, follow along and let us keep exploring the world together.